There is a big difference between moving on and moving away. Moving on simply means that you have processed internally that something needs to change within you and also within the environment. So moving on is an inside job, something internally that happens within you. Moving away simply means you physically or virtually remove yourself from a situation or from certain people. That's why moving on is reaching forward, embracing the present to have a better future. Moving away is simply moving away. And moving away, we do it all the time. For example, when you leave your house to go to work, you're moving away from your house. Or let's say you don't work somewhere anymore, you need to remove yourself from the virtual workspaces. So moving away, we do it all the time. If you don't move away, we can't live. Because as a human being, you're moving away all the time. You move away from your house to the supermarket, you move away from the supermarket back home. So moving away, we do all the time. Moving on is something internal. And moving on is rare. Most people, when they talk about moving on, they really mean moving away. Look, if someone was addicted to alcohol, and now cold turkey, they stop drinking alcohol, but now they're so into church attendance. Did they really move on? No, they moved away from over-consuming alcohol to overly consuming validation, emotional validation from being at church. So is that a moving on? No, they just moved away. So let's say now your spouse cheated on you. Your spouse moved away with someone else, while not divorcing you first. So that means your spouse already moved on from you a long time ago before she or he physically moved away from you. Now, maybe your spouse cheated on you and there's a divorce, but your ex-spouse or ex-partner still expects there to be a chance to come back. In this case, they never moved on from you, they just moved away because they were always escaping. In any case, understand, moving on and moving away are two completely different things. Don't confuse the two. And again, moving on often, not always, but often happens before people move away. When you leave your house to go to the supermarket, you decide ahead of time to go to the supermarket, and then your body moves towards the supermarket, right? Now, sometimes you move away from a situation if there's a sudden threat. So let's say you live in a neighborhood and suddenly there are many armed robberies and you witness one of those armed robberies and you have to leave. So you moved away, you ran away. Then you realize, you know what, this neighborhood is dangerous, I need to get out of here. Now you move on. So, moving on is an inside job. An inside job that a lot of folks don't want to do. Because it can be painful and it can be shocking, but it needs to happen. Well, that's it for now. Keep on agreeing with Christ. Be at peace and I'll see you next video.